Well, hello. And welcome to the second episode of the Bloodstone Saga, The Road to Bloodstone. Thank you for your patience. We've been getting ready for the game, and now we're ramping and raring and better than ever. Unfortunately, our dear Neelos wasn't able to make it, but I think that he might have other things in mind. That or he's just going to be in the background as a cardboard cutout. Either one works. I do have the rest of my magnificent heroes who are going on a very interesting adventure. And for the first time on this channel, I will ask, who wishes to recap last month's session?
Yeah, does my attention span go back that far? I don't know.
I have to reach into my mind pals to see if I remember it. I do, but, you know, it's a little fuzzy.
I'll try. Alright, let's see.
I believe in you.
Last session, Was last session the first session?
It was the first
right?
session, yes.
Okay.
You are quiet, Clutch. You're not. It's not that bad, but you are noticeably quieter, and there's like a humming in the background.
That is the fan, but I will check to see if I can improve it in one particular way. One moment. Let me just.
Well, it was even there when you weren't talking.
Really? Oh, I think I know what it is now. Hold on. Let's do. Test. Does this sound better? Is there any difference? Test. Does this sound different? Any difference?
Give me a second. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. You need to fix the delay.
I do not entirely know how to. But just to test,
I still hear the static in the background. I don't know why.
One moment, let me just do something right quick.
I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just there.
Yes, one moment.
Your voice sounds a little better.
Is this better?
Again, delay.
Is this better? Hold on. I'm doing voice isolation.
There you go.
There we go, yes.
It's gone.
Excellent. So, as you were saying, it was the first session, and I believe that you were all sent upon a quest of some kind to help protect this town.
Yes, we met Oin and Gloin,
Close enough.
Discount, we met Perry and Mippin.
Yes.
And we did some adventuring. Magnolia got a fox. And we arrived at a pass. Not the pass for which the campaign is named, I think. Pretty sure.
You got a ways to go.
And then things got dicey pretty fast, and there's a giant undead guy.
Yes. If you believe me, the original module made them worse. They both spoke in unison. But as
how does that make them worse? Oh, okay.
They're supposed to be Merry and Pippin, but they speak in unison. I don't think the guy knew how to write Merry and Pippin. But nonetheless, the party has come along this way. They are led by the two halfling cousins, Garland and Garvey, and apparently they brought along a mysterious bartender by the name of Kirsty along with, and the rest is as you described. In fact, we are in media res as the party is currently fighting a bunch of bandits who had an exorbitant fee, and also a skeleton giant. I don't believe that he regenerated his crushing blow, but it is the start of his turn. Let's see.
No.
Now, great club it is then. He can't really think otherwise.
Bring it, you bitch.
Ow, does a 19 hit you?
I think not, sir.
You think not?
Because my AC is sitting at a 21 because I shielded last time. I remember.
Whoa! Plot twist. And
Looks unimpressed.
it just sort of, you dodge to the side as it seems that one has been watching an onslaught. This has been an onslaught, Magnolia, and frankly, are you having it?
I suppose. Oh gosh. Let's see. The fun bit of making decisions as a spellcaster. So many options. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
Okay. Let's see. I shall. Has anyone like taken any damage on our side? Like
I
a
have
notable
taken
amount?
2 points of damage.
Oh God, no!
How
How can this
horrible.
be? Well, I suppose I'll just go ahead and get rid of the little guys that are still existing and cast Shatter.
You cast Shatter. Interesting.
Yay, Shatter Buddies!
Shatter works.
Can I? Gosh, I do not remember what is the
What was
what is the range of Shatter? Can I
60
cast
feet.
it?
A point within 60 feet, and it's all 10 feet within that point?
10 or 20 feet. I want to say it's 10.
Let me look it up.
It's just no description.
10-foot radius.
10
There
foot
you go.
radius.
Okay.
You're good. You're golden if you want to get these guys.
Yeah, I'll just go ahead and get rid of the little freaks.
The minions. Alright, that is going to be
Yeah.
some con saves from them. Are they good at con saves? They're okay.
Ooh.
That one's a player. That one's going to be a future character. So
If he survives.
2 of them fail, and because they are minions, if they fail, they die. If they succeed, though, they take no damage.
Yeah, have them.
Yeah, half is good. That means they have
Yeah.
they have half the manpower.
Then I will. Also. Actually, no. That's it. That's my turn.
That's a pretty good turn. You killed 2 people. And it is with that
Yeah. Murder.
that
More
this
horror.
will perhaps change a bit. As interestingly enough, the mage has something to say. As soon as I can move
The one that
camp.
is slowed and webbed.
Yes, that one. He just sort of goes, oh, you see the man Callis. He does seem that he's definitely on the back foot. As
Yeah, I'd say so.
he sort of looks to you, and then, you know, with the way that the trapdoor is held up, you can see the utter clusterfuck of what is going on. And with one finger, he sort of raises it up, and he knows how the spell works, the slow spell. So you can see that the spell is beginning to burble as sort of a bit of magical energy, like pharaoh fluid on the tip of his finger, as he calls out with a decently clear voice. All right. Here's how this is gonna go.
Bliss raises an eyebrow at him.
He looks to you with just... He's definitely scared shitless, but there's a little conviction behind his voice. The way that the slow spell works is that a spell goes off. It takes a slower amount of time, but it will go off. Now here's the thing. We weren't expecting you idiots. As he sort of looks down and is like, so, this entirely was a mistake. The bandit leader, the greasy dude, sort of looks up and goes, now come on, mate, we totally got this. Shut the fuck up. You shut the fuck up right now. We didn't know you were coming. We didn't expect all this bullshit to go down. And we didn't realize that we were dealing with adventurers. We just thought you were a trading party. So, unless you want us both, as he's looking to you, Kellis, unless you want us both to be chunky jelly, how's about we all lower our weapons and back away? And that is apparently his reach out to you guys.
Can I roll an insight or an arcana on him to see how confident he actually feels about his ploy that he's making here?
You could certainly try.
If a creature attempts to cast a spell of one action, roll a d20 on an 11.
Yeah, I'm
or
pretty
higher.
sure he
The
only has a
spell
50% chance of actually making this spell happen, right?
doesn't- Yeah.
You can make that insight or
50.
arcana check.
I'll do an arcana. It's a little bit higher, I suppose. Ooh, that's a nat 1.
You can see it's a bum shoot, but you do know when a man is out of options and still putting in his all. There's sweat on his brow sort of going in. He's a younger man. And he's just staring daggers at you. This might not
He
work.
actually.
But it's fucking... He doesn't want this to end with both of your deaths. He is at least kind of true in that.
Yeah, but he didn't actually surrender. He wants this to be a draw.
He wants everyone to back away. So, what is your response?
Well, it's not.
I'm gonna call down to the rest of the assembled group. If I stop killing this guy, will you stop killing those guys?
There's one of them, the guy who rolled a nat 20, he's like, yep, we'll totally stop doing that. Mm-hmm.
I kind of look pointedly over at the bandit guy, the leader guy.
The greasy guy. He's gonna roll. He's gonna roll a charisma check to see how well he does this. That is a 9. He's going to be like, now in all fairness, as he tries to balance his dagger on the tip of his finger, but he cuts it. Ah, fuck! We totally, we're going. We were totally going. He's shut the fuck up. All right.
Was that an affirmative answer?
He is definitely.
He's trying to bullshit.
He's trying to bullshit, but the mage is definitely not having any of it.
I think
Magnolia would like to raise her hand.
Look, just to say.
Yep, in the back.
Aren't these guys evil? Shouldn't we at least capture them? I mean, I
We're
didn't
not-
really want to kill them from the start, but
We're not fucking evil. He looks to you and he sort of notices and just goes, we are working with what we have. You haven't been up there. It's a shit show.
Yes, I have.
Well, you're part of the shit show.
I kill those who kill others. Like you all.
Well, what if the guy's starving? Look, I'm not going to argue
Then
with
find
him.
food!
I don't think starving makes murder okay.
We walk away. This never happened.
Then you hurt other people.
If there's a better option, we'd use it, but unfortunately,
They are hard.
I'm not going to fucking explain logistics with a weird knight.
I turn
Become
back to the-
adventurer. Get paid for quest.
Oh yeah, go to the fucking deserters. Try and ask them about quests. You know what their quests are? Hey, put on the clinkers. Go into slavery.
Okay, decision has been made.
I turn back to this guy and I go, so do you have control? Can you disanimate the big bone thingy?
I think I know how to. As he sort of moves his hand over, and you know what? This mage, who will, I guess, become a future character, I just have to find the proper art for him, makes an Arcana check. It's 20. Just sort of twists his hand, and you can see that the skeleton slowly, like, it's almost as if it's a puppet that strings are just slowly being loosed as it just slowly crumbles into a pile of its own bones.
Kalish shrugs and says, I was only attacking you to get rid of the skeleton. You might not want to be here when my allies get here, though. And, I mean, it's not my turn, but, I'll stop threatening him, I guess.
Well, that actually raises a question. Does everybody lower their weapons?
Hell no.
I'm assuming the rest of the group here is still gonna fight, but I'm okay with letting this guy specifically survive.
They can run if they want to. That's up to them.
There's a bit of a... I'll say that what happens is... Kirsty is just sort of holding up her weapon, just going, so is that it? Is everybody stopping? And this guy sort of looks around and goes, look now, fellas. We're reasonable people. We're willing to... And then he just starts trying to dash away.
He is slowed.
He is slowed. It is not going well.
I'm not a... Guy's like,
It's
I'm
like-
not reasonable. Boom!
It's like it's like the physics. It's like the feet are slipping across the ground.
If the mooks want to run, because the mooks can't do much, but that man right there, he's not getting away.
So you're... you know what? Are you attacking him?
Oh, hell yeah!
I see.
I don't have normal human concepts.
At least not yet. So
For the most part, I have somewhat normal human concepts, and he's like, if he gets away, he's just going to keep hurting people. That's bad. So he must die.
I'll say, make me an attack roll.
All right. Am I allowed to do all my stuff with it?
If you wish.
Cool. We want accuracy. Oh, I'm gonna aim him at a tree too. We're gonna bonus action get that true strike up. We'll stay with divination, and we'll pop a reaping and use chill touch as part of the attack, and warhammer.
Warhammer.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit him. As a...
Nice. So he takes 19 points of necrotic damage. Ooh.
What
yeah, 19 points. Why does
What I imagine,
19 points of
sort of, is that while you are just... He tries to turn, you whack him against the tree, and then you just keep slamming him.
Yeah, he gets launched 5 feet because I cast an abjuration spell earlier. I also, because I cast a necrotic spell, I get to heal for a D4.
Wow. So you're back
Oh,
up
I
to
healed
full.
back my 2 HP.
And it's as you're just beating the tar out of this guy that all the other bandits just slowly begin to just back away. And then
As they're backing away, you just hear booming from him, "Run!"
And so they run.
There we go. That's how you scare a bandit out of banditing.
Indeed. However, it seems as if while this is going on, the only one that's left in your sort of sights, so to speak, besides, you know, the man who is quickly becoming pulp as he's going, ah! Ah! He's crying like a girl, is the mage. Do you let him go, Callis?
I mean, as long as he's behaving himself. I said he can go away.
He sort of uses a small, like, boot dagger, just cut off, like, the stuff. He's still, like, clearly got an allergic reaction from your poison, but he just sort of tips his wizard's hat and just grabs what he can and sort of... Well, he starts...
Oh yeah, her poison canonically makes makes men infertile, so
if he
that's
didn't have any more problems than that, this has not been a good day for him. But while he does grab some stuff and then just kicks open the door and starts running away, I believe that all that is left is, well, this little gatehouse in the forest beyond.
My AC has broken.
What's the deal with this guy?
Oh, this guy?
I
Yeah.
thought he ran.
Oh, why does he have the unconscious thing? Oh, he ran. Okay.
What? My AC. Something's wrong with my AC.
That's not good.
Because it's saying I still have shield up, but I don't. And I tried refreshing.
Alrighty.
So my AC should be at scale now is what? 14.
Let me just put on the wild wood for good reference.
My AC should be 14 plus. Yeah, it should be 16.
Yes. There you go. Back up to normal.
That's really weird.
It is. But nonetheless, do you try and search things, or do you just keep moving along?
Yeah. Why not search things?
Alrighty.
Gather up loot and other such things.
I believe you killed 4 bandits and the bandit leader? Or were there more?
Mhm.
No, 6, because you killed the
I think
other...
it was 4.
Just 4? Okay. I will say...
Because I killed 2, and Magnolia killed 2, and then I killed the leader, so 5 in total of people.
Indeed. And let me just roll for that. You did allow the wizard to sort of grab some stuff and dip, and as you do sort of check inside the musty old guard tower, it does seem like it was swept pretty clean by him. There's only like a handful of belongings that aren't really of much use. Off of the bandits, you find... Let me just roll. Yeah, 24 gold pieces in different amounts. One of them has like a stuffed gem. Another has like copper, silver, gold, what have you. And I'll say that off of the bloodied carcass of this... You killed him, right?
Mm-hmm. I killed him.
Yeah.
I murdered him.
Off of the carcass of the greasy bandit leader, you find that there was a message, sort of, you see that on the back it was actually sort of written on an old shopping list of what to get from market. But on the front it says, I don't have a name for this guy. I'll call him Cavendish.
Cavendish? Is there a Dakota?
Not yet. Cav, this is the last chance we're giving you, and it's a big one, so listen up. Most travelers come through this part. You get there, you get 100 gold. That'll be enough to fund the village. Please don't be more creepy than you already are. Regards, Pa and Ma.
I'd burn it.
Are you the only one that reads it, or?
Yes, if I'm the one that found it.
Very well then.
I don't say anything about this.
Interesting.
No need to burden them with that knowledge. I'm the one who killed them.
Perhaps. But nonetheless, besides that, he does have there is daggers, some leather armors, and maybe a couple of scimitars, but I don't think that is of any interest to you guys.
Nah, not really.
Can I, like, check the bones? Like, are the bones fine to pick up now that they're just a pile of bones?
The bones are still there, and as you might hesitantly pick up one, but there's nothing that moves. It is good.
Okay, I'm just gonna collect a few bones for my fox friend.
Interesting. As you sort of do,
later.
You look at them, and they do seem to have carvings on like each one, which is interesting, because it's all of the bones, even like the little mini ear bones, which are about the size of the palm of your hand, since it is a giant.
There are no ear bones.
There are no ear bones? I thought there were.
There are no ear bones. Ears are made of cartilage.
No, I mean like there's little bones inside like the ear canals.
I don't think so.
Let me look.
Pretty sure there are no bones there.
Yes, humans have 3 small ear bones in the middle ear called the ossicles, the malleus, incus, and stapes.
Okay. Alright, I stand corrected.
Yeah, I just remembered that from like high school, so it's fine. And yeah, it does seem like all of them have like intricate carvings of some kind, but still, you got a couple. I picture it's like this, like the middle segment of the finger, and it's about as long as a femur. So your fox creature is your little fox boy is just dragging it behind him.
Can I look at the runes carved in on the bones?
Sure, what are you trying to figure out?
I just want to take a look. I'm pretty good at Arcana. I was just seeing what's
Arcana
up.
me. Arcana me, yeah, boy.
26.
26, that's pretty good. You recognize these carvings, but for a reason more personal to you.
Uh-huh, yeah.
You know that these carvings are sort of mass-produced for most of the undead that come from the north of the Oxum. So the bandits didn't make this, dude.
Yeah, didn't think so. How they got it, don't know.
Probably just fell off the warpath and someone got a hold of it. Oh, by the way, do you guys need a group inventory?
I mean, I guess if we want to start putting things into, like, the gold we get, like, from this and other such things, to have, like, a group inventory.
Couldn't hurt.
So party loot.
Okay, party loot it is.
Group want party loot?
I don't think Callissa's too interested in looting stuff, but
It's just an extra fund if someone needs something.
Yeah, just, so all players.
Do we have access? Oh, okay, you're doing that.
Yeah.
So I'll just put the
24 gold, and do we want to take their gear to sell, or do we just leave it here?
It's a lot of gear.
I mean, we might as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
couldn't hurt.
Alright, so let me see. So we have 24 gold.
I'm not very
24.
familiar with murder. Do we bury these people?
Bury, burn, whatever you want.
Kirsty sort of
24.
looks down at him and just goes,
Burn. No, burn, so no corpses.
I didn't they mention like they didn't want to do this?
24.
As Garland and Garvey sort of show up, and Garland just sort of
They
goes,
were willing to take lives for it, so they.
"Yeah, so they're assholes. Fuck them."
If they are willing to take lives, they must be willing to forfeit theirs. 24.
Kirsty sort of furrows her brows at that, but doesn't say much.
I'm just gonna do 24 gold.
Alright.
24 gold. Okay. So what gear did they have on them?
I would say off of the 5 people, there were, I'd say, considering they weren't wearing much, 2 of them were wearing, like, the bandit leader did have some leather armor, but the other ones sort of had, like, mismatched,
So
like,
1 leather armor?
2 leather armors in total.
2 leather armor. Okay.
Yes.
Weapons?
Oh, 1 second.
Okay, I wait.
And weapons, that would be approximately 5 scimitars and 2 daggers.
Really? 2 daggers? Okay.
And I believe that with that, the party is back on their way.
Yeah. Burn the bodies.
Burn the bodies first. It's...
No corpses.
I presume you are the one to do that.
Yes, I will burn the bodies.
The sort of eerie...
While the bodies are being burned, I'll ritual cast Find Familiar to summon a crow.
It's sort
Okay,
of...
that is
24
possible.
gold, 2 leather armors, 5 scimitar, and 2 daggers.
It's interesting as the bodies sort of ominously burn with that copper-like green flame, because of course it is Anger's flame. There's sort of a circle of crows that sort of go overhead and sort of land on the nearby trees. And as you do cast your Find Familiar, my dearest Magnolia, one does sort of land on your shoulder, and sort of in half of a whisper in your ear, you hear almost sort of flatly, in a voice you sort of recognize from the many times you've done this, "I wouldn't want to be a friend of his." If that picked up.
You wouldn't want to be a friend of
did.
whose?
He seems like he's trying to do the right thing in his own way.
Yeah,
It's important
sure
not to
is.
judge people off of how harsh they are.
As you're just talking to this regular crow with... I'll ask a question. Since you were their friend, what color eyes does the crow have?
Honestly, I just probably like either a really, really dark brown or like just pitch black eyes.
I think dark brown, so that when you see the light sort of bouncing off of them, it sort of is a little bit wider, so it looks like they're a little dumb. And yet you now have your familiar. And so the party continues onwards into the forests of the Borderlands, which are definitely thick and lush, definitely overgrowing the trail as you travel, as the blueness of yesterday and the day before is now coming over to what you see as dark clouds sort of looming overhead through the trees. And the road in front of you, which was dirt, it sort of varies a lot. You see roots sort of going over it and sort of making it bumpier. The hills go high and low. In fact, sometimes they go so thin that you can only have roughly about 1 footpath to yourself. How do you make yourselves busy upon this day?
Walking, I assume, yes?
Yes.
Versus just walking.
Just mind turned off, just moving along the path.
Yeah, it's not much more for him to do unless something happens or...
Indeed. Of course, the...
I'm certainly, foraging again.
Alright, that's going to be a survival or a nature check.
23 survival.
23, I'll say that you get 4 ingredients, I'll say. And I believe you were at... How
That
many?
puts me up to being able to make one.
I forget how many you were at. I think it was 4 or 6.
I was at 6.
So you have enough for 1.
Yep.
That is good to know.
Which, I guess next, like, long or short rest I'll actually make.
Indeed, and it's as you're sort of foraging through this area, you sort of get a feeling you haven't really felt for a very long while, because you've been in the South since, you know, the real discoveries. This is the middle of nowhere. And however far you would have gone, or, you know, in any direction, you'd probably still be in as much of the middle of nowhere as you are here. This is nature's domain. Say, Magnolia, what are you up to?
Magnolia's probably doing a combination of chatting with people and her animal friends.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she's doing anything super, like, out there. She might follow I'm Callis,
yes.
right?
That's me.
When she goes off to do her poison searching.
Indeed. And while the fox is mostly just sort of snuffling around in your backpack, the crow does sort of whisper to you again as sort of glances around. I haven't been able to... Okay, that voice is a little too quiet. I haven't been able to draw a bead on it. What's wrong
Let me roll an insight check here.
Oh boy, that's gonna be interesting. Let's see how this goes.
Hey, I have a good insight.
You have a decent insight. I just was like, I don't know how this would end.
I rolled a I rolled a physical die in that one. Uh,
Well, that actually now raises a question. What is the appearance that Caliss is trying to put off from herself? What is she trying to look like?
On a nat 1? Caliss, on a nat 1, Caliss thinks that Magnolia is really dumb.
That is the only thing. It's like, oh, it's that anxiety part of your brain just going, oh god, if I fuck up, she's not going to think I'm cool.
I think on a nat 1 insight, Magnolia thinks that Caliss is really nice, but she seems to be upset about the fact that her husband died. So.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm just still in mourning. It's it's been a couple of years, and I just haven't gotten out of the rain cloud that is the passing of my husband.
They seem to have had a really close relationship. She even got him a dagger as a gift.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad. Some people just can't hold their arsenic. But as that is going on, you know what? I'll say something for you before, my dearest Angrip, before you start to turn in for the night. As you're sort of moving forwards, just same pace constantly, of course, you know, there's the people behind you who sort of have a, you know, Kirsty is just sort of looking around every corner a little paranoidly, while the other two are just sort of talking about the route and, you know, a constant back and forth share. Oh, yes, I think we should try and add this. No, we're not going there again. That was a bad idea. We're not doing that again. And yet you have a different way of approaching it. Your brain sort of just focuses on current surroundings, right? If you can call it a brain at all. You're noticing that while there is, of course, the endless encroaching forest, you do notice slight things sort of cropping off from the regular forest, trees, bushes, and foliage. Old bits of cobblestone and rotting wood. And it's weird. You don't feel usually, but in the back of your soul, whatever there is, you have an odd sense of familiarity to this place. You feel as if you've been here before, even if this is a place no one else would have remembered. That is a weird feeling. What do you do?
Are we still moving, or is that we're stopping?
It's mostly just this is the region. You're seeing, like, as you move along, there's, like, an old, rotted, like, water wheel that's sort of going across a river that the path sort of circumnavigates. Actually, I think I have some good art to describe what everything sort of looks like. This right here. Let me just check this to make sure I have it right. It seems that this was at least some sort of area of living. Like, this was probably a village or a town. But it's so... But not only has it fallen, it's fallen for so long that it's... Nobody would remember it. Nobody would ever remember it falling.
Can I roll a history, I guess? Because he thinks about this feeling.
Sure.
19.
19. It's actually one thing you sort of see as everybody's sort of deciding this is a good enough place to rest for the night as the clouds start looming in, that you do see something that you almost step on. It's apparently like... I don't know the exact name of this thing in architecture, but there's usually like a brick that usually has, it was designed by this person in this year. It seems to be a faded version of one of those, clearly crumbled over. But you...
Plaque or some sort?
Yeah, like, it's almost a plaque. It's like a... And you see with these sort of lines around it that sort of coil and shape, that this place was once owned, and you recognize the symbol immediately. You don't know why, but you notice that this place was once owned by House Zerstoran, spelt Zerstoran.
You're spelling it out good.
Yes. It appears to be a symbol of two stags locked in combat, bucking as their antlers intertwine. And yet the two of them sort of create an archway with their bodies. This echoes in your mind, but you don't know why.
Think on this.
Indeed.
Just kind of maybe trace his hand over it or something.
You feel something trying to grab hold, but you not only can't put your finger on it, you don't know why. Still, you have earned a clue. Yippee! The party reconvenes as the rain clouds start to really go overhead. You can smell the rain coming. You can hear the thunder. And it seems like there are a couple options within the ruins to stay at. But I will ask, what are your ideas to stay out of the rain?
Is there a ledge or some sort of perch?
I'd say that this picture is the best example. The best you can get is like a solid wall with like a little bit of foliage overhead. That's the best you can kind of get.
There are a bunch of trees around, right?
Yeah.
Pulls out battle axe, goes chops a couple trees to make a makeshift lean-to.
Just some of the smaller trees or something. I'll have you make an athletics check for that.
Athletics check.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. 11.
11. You find a couple of bits of foliage to sort of cover yourselves with. There's some leaky holes, obviously, but it's decent. What about the rest of you?
Better than
It's better than nothing.
Would
Wait, so,
care about being in the rain?
That, yeah.
These motherfuckers didn't bring any tents or anything? Like, we're just...
It doesn't seem like these two did bring a tent of some kind. They're kind of just draping whatever bedrolls they have over to like a log in hopes of like it's providing some coverage. They are kids. Or at least extremely young adults. Except for the other one. She's just sort of sitting underneath the tree and just trying to stay as close to it as possible.
I guess that Callis will find, like, anywhere that anywhere that the foliage is, like, pretty well grown together, and then fill in whatever parts aren't with web to make, like, a tent-esque situation.
A tent-esque cocoon. Interesting.
Yeah, cocoon's like a decent word for it.
Yeah.
It's probably more like just a roof rather
It's like
than any
a
kind of
light
siding,
layer.
but
There's like
yeah.
some vague webbing in between like some of the areas to sort of provide like a lean-to sort of scenario. And of course, off of Magnolia, like rats, the fox just sort of comes over to get some sort of dryness. Because of course Magnolia doesn't mind the rain.
Is there like a is there like a small opening in the wall at all?
I suppose that there is a place where the cracks sort of split apart.
Does it split apart like about a foot or so?
That's decently enough. Yeah, I'll say that's worth it.
Magnolia can just fold herself up into there.
Make me a perception check to see how good you got it.
Okay.
25.
25.
It is surprisingly snug. There are no bugs. Yay.
Termites, your worst fear.
Oh god, the termites. Or the carpenter bees, even worse.
Termites are just
Ants.
friends that live within us.
I've seen carpenter bees, they're even worse, but nonetheless.
No, I'm just saying more bugs that eat.
There are a lot of them. But either way, in this, it is a downpour, and you do feel that, like, the area is especially harsh, but with some luck and some very high rolls and smart uses of spells, you do at least get your long rest. And I will say that in the morning, you're greeted by at least a very sunny sort of day. Actually, there's one thing I did wish to inquire, as I feel like maybe Kirsty would have tried to head to your little webbed cocoon if you were available.
I actually wanted to. Yeah, I was actually gonna
Invite her in.
Callista would have tried to talk to her.
Not the halflings, though.
No, God no.
God, no.
Actually, I think if halflings are like hanging out around Kirsty, she would try to intimidate them into fucking off.
Oh no, they're just sort of trying to shiver underneath a bunch of blankets, and in the morning they have slight colds. But as for her, she does sort of duck her head in and just go, oh god, it's like a downpour out there. You got room for one more?
Callista sort of looks around at the space that she's created, and says, mechanically speaking, so it seems.
Thank you. And she's just sort of moves her way in and just... she leaves her backpacks back on the front of it as if to be a little bit of a door. As she just sort of moves towards where, like, the tree trunk is and just sort of... starting to get colder, too. Autumn upon us. And...
Callista has like a cup of something, and is like sipping it. But she says, have you traveled with this sort of thing before?
With Garland and Garvey, yes. But back then we did at least have a retinue of sorts. No offense.
Sorry to hear that.
And I will ask, are you going to commit to creating your poisons while you are around?
Yeah, I think she's probably already done that.
Alright, how do you make your poisons?
I think it's pretty alchemical. I think the poison that goes onto like her daggers and is like an item in my inventory that I consume, that's pretty mechanical. The poison that is my sneak attack damage is like
More biological.
my blood or
Yeah.
something. Like
Yeah, okay, so it's just the typical mortar and pestle stuff, maybe a little bit of alcohol in there to sort of dilute it, but also concentrate it.
it probably has like a little bit of the poison that she uses for her sneak attack as well in it. That's probably like the secret ingredient.
Yes.
But I think for the most part, it's like kind of a by the book poison.
Indeed, and she does sort of glance towards your work a little bit with a bit of a inquisitive stare as she is going to, you know what, I'm going to roll for her, see how much she gets. That is going to be insight on you.
What is she inciting?
It's sort of strange as she incites you, but you do at least get a bit of a hint towards what she's thinking. You sure know your alchemy. From what I heard, most of the southern nobles were a little more, I don't want to say highfalutin, but they didn't seem to follow such scholarly stuff last I saw them.
She says, it's been some time since I slept in a four-poster.
I suppose I should say the same.
Callis goes, oh, did you once live the high life as well?
She sort of pauses at that, and her eyes sort of widen for half a second, but you know, I'm gonna have her roll something. What are you sort of trying to push for whenever you ask this? I'll ask.
I mean, I think she just literally, I mean, like,
You just ask that as is, and it
she
does.
doesn't.
I'll say that.
Callis's charisma is not high enough to push on anything, really. So.
Indeed. And yet, it's those words that do. You see her eyes sort of widen. She almost sort of instinctively shifts a little back before she goes, oh, yeah, I mean, I used to work jobs that pertain to them. Bunch of assholes, honestly. No offense to you. I just... When my dad would send us to do errands for them, you can tell that she is definitely choosing her words to not tell the exact truth with that 10. Oh, gee, I wonder why. It was mostly just rubbing elbows with the most people who've never seen a fight in their life. And honestly, you don't seem like that. I mean, if that bandit fight proved anything.
She nods and says, yes, in the time since my poor husband's passing, I have, also done some jobs that have caused me to see a couple of nobles. And then she thinks to herself, usually in the dark and from behind, but...
She never says that. Yeah, I can sort of understand that. She sort of, you know what, she is going to insight you with, based on that last insight, to judge if you are trustworthy before she says anything else. Hey, now 20.
I guess I'll roll a deception, but it sounds like she's got me and she's got me pinned here.
Are you trustworthy enough to keep a secret?
Is it her secret or somebody else's secret?
It's definitely her secret.
Then yeah, probably.
Don't tell the other adventurers this, because I know you keep secrets and you can keep them to yourself, don't worry, but I'm the Lady Christine of Bloodstone. And
Can I roll a history on that?
you most certainly can, with advantage, since you have knowledge of the nobility.
Knowledge. I don't have the advantage toggle, so I'm just gonna roll twice.
Okay.
24.
24. Well, your eavesdropping did say that, you remember the Baron of Bloodstone. And he seemed to be a very boisterous type. I guess that by proxy, the old warrior had a daughter. And that daughter is sitting before you, although clearly in some vague sort of disguise with how she's got the highlights and the tattoos she's got.
Cliff goes, oh.
Yeah. I mean, of course, you are the most important part, but also, apparently my father wants some sort of guard to get me up there, and I don't want to go. I don't like the idea of going back up there. It's a death trap.
Callis sort of thinks for a second, and then goes, and hold on, actually, let me roll just like a charisma check for her. Well, that's a nat 20.
Whoa.
She says, well, can you keep a secret for me then?
I suppose I can, yes.
I didn't like my husband very much.
I can sort of tell. You seem to use him more as an excuse than a husband.
She sort of raises her eyebrow and goes, oops, I should probably, I should be more convincing.
I understand. It was probably like most of the marriages by choice instead of by love or whatever. Dad said I eventually needed to get one. Ugh.
Callis makes face and goes, can't recommend it. Men, you know.
With few exceptions. I mean, sometimes, you see a bard, they look great, but most of my patrons were... Her eyes just sort of widen at that as sort of a reference to how bad would you get it as a bartender in a bartending job full of drunks? And of course...
Callis goes, oh, I can't imagine.
And she begins to share a couple of stories with you about the drunken men and women, and maybe you share a tale or two of your own, up to you.
Callis sits there, and every time she mentions any man trying to hit on her, Callis goes, oh, gift a dagger, gift a dagger.
I wish, but nonetheless, that goes on through the night, and in the morning, blue skies ahead. How fascinating. But either way, as the group travels on, to the next day. It's a decent bit of travel, but it is slightly interrupted by an interesting sound. The sound of rushing water. And it's not long until the party comes across what is causing it. A great river of some kind that's about... It's a bit more shallow. It only goes up to the waist, you'd presume, but it seems to snake through the landscape. And as you guys approach it, you also realize that perhaps you're not alone as you hear the sounds of laughing and boisterous mockery and of some sort, and you eventually come across its source ever so slightly before they notice you. It seems that there's a couple of orcs, perhaps an ogre, and oh, you recognize that half-orc, who seem to be resting by a riverside and enjoying their time. And I will ask, before they have noticed you all, what will you do? Let me just put them up for reference. It'd be the familiar look of a medium-haired, bearded, slightly bearded, but very limber-looking half-orc, a great ogre who seems to mostly just be wading around in the water, and a couple of orcs. What do you do?
I think I'll sort of look to the rest of the group and say, we should probably move around this bunch, right?
Yeah. Unless you want to have another battle.
She says, I think, and she sort of looks over at Kirsty and Magnolia. Generally speaking, battles we're not super amicable to.
Then we go around.
And what is your vote, Magnolia? You gonna try and sneak around them?
Try to get a bit more distance from them than try to worry about sneaking.
Oh, sir.
I'm always going to be down for a peaceful resolution to a situation.
Again, I'm not going to go guns a-blazing every time, but if it's an obvious thing where there's no other option, yes, I will go guns a-blazing. This can be avoided. I will avoid.
Yes, it does seem avoidable. And with that, you know, I will say it is a stealth check, and well, it's mostly just because you're trying to move out of the way of them, and you have to find specific paths because it is a river, and that is pretty wide open.
I'm going to apologize in advance.
Okay, I'll see what the brute roll is.
My stealth is also...
Oh,
It could
Okay.
be worse.
all right. No, let me check something real quick.
Are you seeing if you can bump it up in any way?
Okay, as a bonus action, I pop my armor away so I don't have disadvantage on the roll.
And that actually leads to a very important moment, which I will get to after everybody else makes their rolls.
I mean, I still have
I got a
clothes on
28.
and everything.
28. 28.
And my armor, my helmet is still there. It's just the scale mail is now gone.
Yes.
Okay, so stealth. Here we go. I
what?
turned that off,
I'll say it's a...
but
Okay.
I think something's
Wow.
wrong with my roll 20 because my sheet is not responding to anything I do.
It is a very interesting moment because you have to take off most of the scale mail, and...
Oh, it just pops off. Bonus action.
But there is at least something... You start to see the hands of
I have gloves.
Oh, never mind. I was gonna say.
The scale mail does not affect gloves. The scale mail is just chest plate
Okay,
and maybe the pauldrons.
I was just wondering if it was like the entire. Oh, they're revealed.
No.
Okay.
No. That's all still covered.
Yeah.
The armor is gone. The underneath clothing is just.
Yes. It is so strange that they're wearing so much, but anyways.
So I just want to test something real quick. I just roll. Does it add it adds the stuff? I don't have that turned on.
But either way, as the most of you start to slowly creep your way and start to make your way across the river, the only one who doesn't has an interesting little stipulation why. Angriff kind of sinks like a stone. And it's as you're sort of starting to move across, and it's a little bit louder, that you are sort of spotted, but not by the ogre, not by the orc. No, it's by the half-orc, who sort of looks across to you all, or towards Angriff in particular. He hasn't seen the rest of you. And sort of goes, "Oh! My friend, it is good to see you. Come. Enjoy some time beside the water." What do you do?
I'm not the charisma person.
There is one charisma person among you.
Hold on. Let me do a self-imposed wisdom saving throw.
It does seem like he's being quite inviting.
It wouldn't matter. I'm going to stop rolling physical dice for my random rolls that I'm forcing myself to do. That's the second time I have not won.
Oh my god. Is your dice cocked?
I don't know. Hold on, let me get some. Okay. Okay, Okay. No, it's just those two rolls were cursed. Magnolia instantly pops out of hiding, or sneaking, is like, "Oh, so they are friends," and we'll skip her way over there.
Indeed, and the rest of you sort of, oh god. Kirsty sort of winces, anticipating a trap, and yet, by the time you do get over there, it seems that at least the half-orc is genuine on his word as he goes, and I was wondering, because when I was leaving, I started to see you all exit as well. Tell me, how has your travel been?
It's been really fun. You know, I didn't really know these people at the start, but they all seem pretty nice, for the most part. And then I made a fox friend. And she's gonna summon her fox friend out.
You're just talking at him, and he's just like, he's nodding as if, you know, you're a kid who's just explaining all of it. What are the rest of you doing?
By the time that they started walking over, they're like, well, either a fight's gonna happen or everything will be fine, so they just follow behind them silently.
Very well then.
Just to make sure they're not by themselves and they don't get grabbed or anything like that happens.
Indeed.
And they pop their armor back on.
As soon as you're out of the water, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bonus action.
Yes. And the halflings just sort of go, I don't know. What do we do here? As Kirsty sort of goes, I don't know. It's weird.
After yapping about the journey, I think Magnolia will eventually be like, "So, where are you guys headed?"
Oh, well, we are headed back north. We take most of our time to, take a look at the places beyond the Borderlands, see what the remnants of the Cervidians had, but we are just going back up. It is a simple census report. If that is the word. Is it census? Do you census? You're common. It is weird to me. But where are my manners? I am the knave Dogar.
Oh. Magnolia will extend her hand. Oh yeah. Human greetings. I am, or not human. Greetings. I'm Magnolia.
And it's a pleasure to meet you. As he sort of grabs your hand and sort of dramatically kisses it before just sort of. And of course, these are my associates from the clans of the mountains.
That's where the boats that we found were from, right?
The
Actually,
the bones are from a bit more north. The mountains
They're
are
from
the
the
thing that divide
Empire.
it.
Okay.
But it does seem like these guys might still be working for the Oxum because, Oxum business.
Okay.
They're just being used by bandits, so they're probably stolen or something. Don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I figured. I was just, and I don't even think Magnolia would think about it. It's just Singletary was.
Indeed. And
Yeah. I said that like I had something else to say. I did not.
oh yes, but I suppose I have two other questions. But first, of course, you are all welcome to have some of our mead and some of our food. We managed to hunt a deer, I believe. As he sort of explains a little bit of stuff. And with that, I will ask if the other two of you do sort of. Well, I know, Angriff, you're just sort of standing there waiting for shit to inevitably go down.
I'm waiting, and I'm also trying not to be aggressive. I am just there. Like, he's not trying to start the fight because these guys don't seem like they are
They're not seeming
aggressive.
to start. They're a
And
lot
they're
less
not-
aggressive than they were at the bar. We'll say that much.
Yes, and it does not seem like they are hurting anyone, so it seems fine. He doesn't want to start an unnecessary, so he'll just play along.
Indeed. It does
As
seem like a couple of the
if,
orcs sort of
but-
go up to notice you, because you are kind of stock still. It's like, as they sort of mutter in their native tongue stuff like, "Well, I suppose his problem is," and whatnot. But what of you, Callis? What do you do with such strange bedfellows?
Are we just like standing in a river?
Well, I presume you were like closer to like foliage by the riverbank. So it's up to you if you wish to interact with these trustworthy orcs. Probably not trustworthy, but you know, that's
I
your
don't know. I think they're incredibly nice people.
Yes.
Is Kirsty talking to any of them?
Kirsty is. Well, she turned to you to ask for advice over whether you should really. Should we interact? So, you're the girl with the plan.
Alice will give a tight smile if any of them attempt to interact with her, and hope that that serves the interaction.
I would say, at the very most, you're just sort of... You're at the edge of the party, you barely interact, and of course, Kirsty interacts even less. Because, God, she is... Considering how her people are a direct, political enemy, this is not good. This would not be good if they knew who she was. At the most, though, I'm gonna roll for luck. 17. The worst you get is that, the ogre sort of walks up and goes, "You look pretty."
I'm sorry, what did he say?
You look pretty in orc.
You can barely understand him, especially with his mouth full of teeth.
Well, do I speak Orcish? I don't speak Orcish.
Well, he
but-
didn't speak
He
it
spoke
in
in
orc.
English.
I'm just saying
He's,
it was.
It was very garbled.
Tight smile.
Thick orcish accent.
Well, also, it's an ogre, which is also like,
Oh, ogre. Sorry, ogre accent.
yes. As, and of course it's up to you however long you stay, but I'd say that Dogar does keep up the conversation and goes, but of course, considering how we are going up to just, commit the census, all things like that, I am curious. You have an interesting retinue. Why are you going all the way up to the Borderlands?
Magnolia's gonna look at the group and be like, "Is that supposed to be a secret?"
Do you say this out loud?
No. No, it's like a.
Or is this just a look like? And what am I supposed to say? Or does Magnolia say that out loud?
Oh god, does she have to roll a wisdom save for that?
Look, I could jump in here, but my deception is only a +5.
Hey, guess what? That's better than mine.
Oh, we're just traveling to go visit family. We all have a family up there.
Really?
I probably do have family
You
up
can
there.
see in the back Kirsty's just doing the cut neck like no. What are you doing? As
Oh, she doesn't even know that. She doesn't even know she's just making up a lie.
as you just well no, it's not even for that. It's just to don't keep it a secret. As Dogar sort of looks and just goes, "Really? Family in the Borderlands? That's... I hope they are doing well. I have heard things about how the Cervidians have started cannibalizing themselves. The people being enslaved by the deserters and monsters starting to take over. I even heard there was a dragon."
Has Danger heard anything about a dragon?
Yeah.
You can roll me a history check if you wish.
Sure, let's do it. 23.
Oh, you heard word through hushed tones because you were near that apparently there were dwarves in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently it was during the war, it could have been a little bit afterwards, but their holds were burned by apparently a harsh red dragon that attacked right when the war was at its peak. So maybe they had something to do with the Oxum, you don't know. But there is word.
Okay, cool. Nice to know.
Bit of a problem. But either way. So
Oh, that's neat.
I do hope they are okay. I mean, I yes?
I hope so as well.
I can certainly understand, though, as he seems to have a little bit of food to sort of eat while he thinks. I am not sure if you know this, but the orcs of the clan. One second, I'm looking up the correct name for the clan. Yes. The great Beast Killer clan. They actually came from those mountains, as he sort of points off in the distance, the great mountain range looming in the distance. Of course, that... oh, yes?
No, sorry, nothing. I thought you were stopping.
He does seem to pause for dramatic effect, as he sort of says, of course, when the humans did come, there was some troubles. There's always troubles between the races. And we would have announced it. Until, of course, we were suddenly a commodity. Both the Cervidians and the Oxum paid for our kind. Of course, I find that the Oxum pay better, is why I still work for them.
I have heard that it is important to have lots of money to make a living. So, seems reasonable.
Yes, it is. Of course.
By side note, like throughout this conversation and this party, Magnolia has been casting Candy Blast a couple of times, which just summons candy that I can throw at people, but I could also just like hand it to people for them to eat.
That is, make me a persuasion check with that. 'Cause that might lead to some very interesting stuff.
18.
18. You accidentally lead to something interesting, as you do hand it to some of the orcs who are like, come, Dimitri, try this. And for some absent reason, you accidentally introduce these orcs to the concept of candy. And they don't hate it.
Oh Lord, they're gonna get a sugar high and then
Oh,
we'll
no.
want sugar again.
I want it.
Oh no! My hands are sick.
Oh,
Is this
God,
some sort of
sugar
blessing
high
from the
orcs.
gods? Yeah.
Sugar high orcs, that sounds terrifying.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
But nonetheless,
We must find the candy witch.
the candy witch, it is a rite of passage. Everyone must find her, but no, that comes later. What does actually come instead is the fact that these ones are sort of in the midst of this talk. Dogard does eventually wrap up with, I will say, if you do want more money for your family, the Oxum are always welcoming. They pay well, and perhaps it would be within your prerogative to work for them. Would you not say?
It might be a possibility at some point, but I don't really need money. Kind of have a lot of it,
Oh,
or a decent amount.
that is good to know, but of course, I still hold out the option. And with that, you know, he does sort of ask a couple of vague questions, but mostly just sticks to polite chit-chat. And so I will ask, when does the party decide to... Do they decide to camp with the orcs, or do they just sort of... Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here.
Yes. After a certain point, if they don't stop talking, Angriff will pick them up and take them. We're leaving.
Unfortunately, Magnolia has a tendency to yap.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have. He will go. We have things we must get to. Bye. Picks them up and goes.
Oh, bye friends. She's gonna cast some more candy blast, like in a bag, and like toss it to them.
The ogre just sort of opens his mouth to try and catch one, splashes into the water, but Dogard does provide a bit of a polite wave, and interestingly enough, a slight smile to Caliss. But either way, everybody
Wow,
camps
they
them.
seemed really nice.
They seemed sus. says Kirsty as she just sort of starts trying to set up a fire, clearly a little stressed.
Knocking grass to spark the fire when they need it.
Thank you. I don't know, I don't know why, he just gave me vibes. Did he know we were doing this? It felt a little bit like he knew we were doing this. The halfling just sort of go, I'll say that Garvey sort of says, well, I don't think he did. He mostly just seemed to be quite nice. Garland sort of goes, yes, nice. Like poison candy.
I would never poison my candy.
No, I mean like
I
an
would poison my
allegory.
candy.
Like,
I didn't, but I would.
Magnolia looks at her hands that were, and thinks maybe I should make sure I don't put them near Phyllis.
oh no.
Oh, would anyone here like candy?
No.
Mr. Dagar previously intuited some of my more troublesome qualities. Perhaps he is simply being wise and leaving us alone.
Garvey slowly begins to raise his hand for the candy, but Garland just pulls it down.
I said I didn't poison it.
Well, either way, I do think that at least we got off lucky. I don't think he knows about what's going on. Still, we should, try and keep our guard up. I personally think it was a lovely experience. You're a dumbass, Garvey.
Which one was the one that was almost dropped off the edge by that was dropped off the edge by
That
the
would
orc?
be Garvey. Garvey is
The one who just said, I thought it was a lovely experience.
Yes. Well, maybe they got better. Clearly they had a change of heart.
Look, sometimes I've noticed that when people consume a large amount of alcohol, their behavior changes, rather negatively.
That is arguably true. So, do you think it was just that?
Ah.
I have not seen this reaction very often, so I do not drink, nor do I see people drink.
I choose to believe that they are friendly.
And so,
All the more heartbreaking when we have to kill them.
Magnolia's gonna whisper to her crow familiar, maybe he is just crazy.
he seems... What's the word? When you have a puzzle, but it only has, 99 of the pieces?
Incomplete.
Yes, that, yeah. Also, bat fucking sand.
Oh, I didn't realize that's what that's called. I'll note that for the future.
There's a bit of a... But nonetheless, indeed. And yet,
Agripp's helmet slowly turns to just look at the bird.
that actually does raise a question.
He doesn't understand anything. No, well, he does speak Sylvan. Does he have a vague understanding of what the bird was saying?
You do, and when you do look to him, you realize that he didn't know you'd understand him. Apparently, he is speaking a mimicry of Sylvan in very good terms. So, what is this bird?
I don't know. I just turn the head to look at him to I don't actually do any other reaction than just turn, and then I turn away.
Just
So he doesn't know if I understood him or not.
Just question for later. And I'll say that while the night does eventually come, it is a much nicer night than the last one, and it appears that it might cure the poor boy's colds. It does seem like someone is still awake. Magnolia, does your race sleep?
I believe I sleep, but I don't think I sleep for 8 hours. I think I only sleep for 4.
Interesting. So it's about 4 in the morning.
I don't sleep.
Yeah. Not only do you notice that is Callis just resting with her eyes open?
I actually think that Callis wants to backtrack a bit and make sure that the orcs aren't following us.
Indeed, and that's what you're focusing on for this event, and it seems that, no, they're not. It seems that they are packing up and leaving a little earlier, though. But either way, with that, with only 3 people in the area and your innate need to defend, your eyes do sort of wander, my dearest Magnolia. And with that, I'll allow you to make me a perception check.
Okay. Would it be possible for me to have advantage from having a familiar out as well?
Could be.
Okay. I will do that then.
That actually does raise a bit of question.
Oh,
Ooh.
I didn't even need it. It was a nat 20 on the first one.
I'll say that it's not needed, so your boy isn't there for this. There's actually a bit of there's something sort of across the river. You sort of can see it with your doll eyes. It appears to be a boy, crouched down, feeling the cold water upon his hand. And with that perception check, you do recognize the shape and the look as its white eyes look up to meet you. That is the shape of... did we ever get a name for him?
I think you had a name.
Ah, yes.
But
That is the shape of Jasper. Which is interesting because you remember Jasper mostly doing the crow stick. So what's he doing like this?
I'll watch for a... oh gosh, will I watch for a moment?
Do you have
I'll watch for a moment. And then, approach.
Interesting. Its eyes do sort of look up to meet you after you've looked for long enough, and as you approach, it's interesting because it's on the other side of the river. Do you try to cross the river to meet him?
Let's see. Would this be before or after I've finished my long rest?
I'll say it's after.
Then... oh, yeah, sure, why not?
You just sort of cross the river, and of course, considering your doll size, it's to the point at which you're almost sort of scooting down, and your head's just above the water. Unfortunately, your clothes might be ruined.
You know what? I'll... do I care? I'll cast the fly spell.
That's an interesting use of the fly spell. I didn't anticipate that. I'll just say for simplicity's sake that you do that before your long rest then, so you don't lose a 3rd level spell slot. But it's as you approach, and its eyes, Jasper's eyes, are on you the whole way across. Of course, it's just a shadow with 2 dots, but there's a distinctive vibe to this that you can't put your finger down. What do you do when you get across to him?
Gosh. What made you take this form? Tonight, at this moment?
It speaks in... With your nat 20, you know that this is his voice, but it's not speaking like him. I felt as if it was necessary.
Oh.
I suppose that, considering our friendship, perhaps some advice is in order. You are on the right path. As he sort of reaches down to feel the water again. Although I will ask an important question. When you get there, when you are at your hometown, will you be ready to not just defend, but kill the Horned King in his hole?
How? What all do I know about the Horned King?
Make me a history or religion check.
Okay. History 0, religion is 3.
Religion is 3. Alright. See, the problem about that is there's a lot of things that could be the Horned King. It's a very unspecific term. It could relate to the Oxum leader, although he's more of a Witch-King than a Horned King. It could be the concept of the tyrant. It could be the particular sect that he's that the Witch-King is worshipping. It could be some underling named the Horned King. You have a bunch of thoughts, but none of them are exactly edging out.
Honestly, I don't think Magnolia is the type to not just instantly ask her questions then. Wait, who's the Horned King? Why must he die?
That is some... You can see that the head sort of lightly cocks to the side at that response and just goes, he is a threat, an usurper, and he must be upended for his treachery. I believe you know that.
Do I?
He sort of, at the response to that, he just goes, consider it advice for the future. As the child stands up and begins to slowly turn and walk into the woods, the best defense is an extremely swift offense. And whatever this Jaspar was, he's in the woods now. He's probably gone. Fuck was that?
Magnolia's just gonna kind of mutter to herself, wow. He sounded a lot like Ingrid. I guess I will inform the group.
Are you,
Oh wait,
are you sure?
I'll wait until they wake up to inform the group.
That's
No?
a good
Should
idea.
I keep it to myself?
I'll say it's like a slightly. I'll say that when you do come back and everybody starts to rouse, and of course, Callis mysteriously returns from whatever nefarious deed she was doing, I'll literally just do it a stakeout.
Huh. I will. Will I?
Well, you'd have to introduce your crow to everyone too, so you know.
I'm just gonna ask their group, hey, what do you guys know about the Horned King? Just curious.
History check.
History or religion, baby.
History.
Oh,
22
that's actually
history
very
for
interesting
me.
for you, Callis. So, for you, Angriff, you know just from experience that the Horned King is worshipped by the people of Oxum. Maybe he's the Witch King. Maybe he's a different thing. But they worship him like a god. As for you, Callis, for reasons that you can't say, you know that the Horned King was an aspect of the Tyrant. When the Tyrant was destroyed, the Horned King was one of the few who rose from his death.
Why do you want to know about that?
I don't know, I just heard the name somewhere.
In what context?
Something about them being evil?
Oh.
Context?
Well,
yeah.
defeating evil is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's accurate, yeah.
What context have you heard it in?
Oh, mostly the being evil thing.
Okay, cool. Same page. Anyways.
Indeed, and I'll say it's as you're moving along, you eventually make your way past the Great River, and you are greeted by more forest, but in a different way, you're led to something more. Because when you were with the ruins, it was engulfed by what was there. When you come to this clearing in the forest, there are stone structures and some ruined creations, but it seems almost completely eschewed from whatever was there. It's a bunch of statues and small pillars of different sorts, and besides occasional moss and the occasional small tree, it's untouched. I will say that Garvey pipes up. Oh, we're here again. I see. We need to get out of here as fast as we can. This place gives me the willies. Well, how long is it? It's about a day's travel. So, I guess we're staying in the old gods' territory a while. The rest of you would know with your vague religion that the old gods were those that ruled before the tyrant became the only god that mattered, mainly by killing them. This place.
Sorry,
Oh, pardon?
what happened with something happened with the route we were taking that I missed?
Currently you've passed from the river and you're still going north. You're about a day's travel from the next town. And now you're just going through what seems like a graveyard of the old gods that seems rather large. About 10 miles in diameter.
That's a really big graveyard.
It is.
Can I do like a religion about it, I guess?
Besides the basic knowledge? Sure, if you wish.
19?
19. You know a bit more about what happened. The old gods were, of course, the ones before the tyrant. The tyrant slew them all, but they never... Gods don't die in the common sense. Of course, the tyrant is the biggest example. He's split into a bunch of different demons. But the old gods are different. They sort of lingered and shaped and changed slightly. Their aura is still there, but there's no personality to really hold it in place. So their reverence is still here, whether you worship it or not. Of course, it is up to you what you do while you're traveling along inside this dead, silent place.
I don't think Cullis is one for gods, so...
Not in particular.
Was with Anchor's past, was he would he know more about the old gods?
I'll say
Just a general sort of thing.
it's a history or religion check. Up to you.
Okay, I'm just thinking about how he would act while he was walking through here. If he would be more reverent or not, just out of a feeling rather than just out of actual reverence.
That's not bad.
Just like a military style. He'll unconsciously, without realizing he's doing it, he has like a small drum thing that he is proficient in.
Interesting.
And he just kind of, not realizing he's doing it, starts like a military procession.
Indeed, and of course, it's in just, you feel it in your bones that apparently, from back in those times, you were supposed to enter with your left foot. Because if you move with your right, you think that you are above the gods. That is your dominant foot. You are submissive to the old gods. And you know what? I'll allow you. Oh, yes?
He's just quiet. It's still like, it's not like loud or anything. He's just quietly tapping. Kind of.
And I'll allow you to make me a history or a religion check.
We will
Agra.
do a history check. 20.
I will say that you do recognize who one of them was. Just from the pure old worship of it, you recognize the one that you believed in. You recognize them, and in a strange way, you remember you worshiped them, but not for what reason or why. You were the one to worship. If I can just get the image so I can see what the gods are. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get the list of the gods. Yours was the kind to worship one of two gods. The first was, I think it's really just.
Because I think you're buffering.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You
Okay.
were breaking up a little bit, but I understood. But I saw on YouTube was starting to buffer.
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
It's okay.
Let me double plug in just in case. Because I was plugged in, but apparently there are select spots where the Wi-Fi is better. Alright. You know that you, or the culture you were in, worshipped one of two gods. It was either the god of justice, known, of course, as Bahamut, or the god of law and order, known as Arathis. And it's as you're standing in between like two statues, one of like a dragon with its head held high, sort of standing like a New York City lion statue, I believe that's the pose I'm thinking of. The other being what seems to be a statue of a woman with a sword sheathed, but it's been cut off swiftly at the shoulder. And of course, you know, it goes down and it sort of removes one of the breasts, and sort of the rest of it has been turned to rubble. You remember traveling through here once or twice in your new sentience. It always gave you a slight reverence to home, wherever that is. To this feeling of reverence. Do you keep drumming? Do you keep walking?
He keeps walking, he keeps drumming, he does not miss his beat. He's walking in the beat. And maybe unconsciously the flames kind of peter, like not peter out, but kind of like spark on the drum. You know?
I will say that while this is going on, the crow sort of hops around on the ground to the beat before eventually flying back onto Magnolia's shoulder as he sort of whispers, No, I'm starting to see it now. There's something to him. He's not just crazy murder man.
Yeah, it's important to, see all sides of people.
I don't get him, though. I don't get any of these people. I don't get him most of all.
No. He's a little hard to read. Unlike Callis, who's a very open book.
Oh yeah, totally, I don't know.
Distraught about her husband's death.
I don't know if
That's
being that distraught...
me.
I don't know if being that distraught would make her mean, though. Maybe that's just me. And yet, you eventually make it to a bit of a clearing enough to make camp for the day. It's dried up enough that there's not much of a trouble. It's this... I'll say that it seems that this was a bit of a clearing for a living space, although it is open to the area. Mostly it seems like it's this flat sort of almost, I don't want to say concrete, but like smoothed over stone with these poles all around it, these pillars of stone. And in the middle, it seems there's a bit of a well. No cover to it. Is there any particular way you make camp for the night, or do you just simply, or is it more of a here will do sort of thing?
I think here will do.
You just stop drumming and you just sit down?
He stops drumming, he doesn't sit down, he ends up kneeling, and he just stays in that position.
Indeed. And it's sort of a strange thing. As to you, you feel that there's some sort of power here, but you can't place it like you did with the reverence. It's strange. What about the rest of you?
I check out the well.
You look down the well. Pretty deep well, you can't see the bottom of it.
Can I have my crow go check out the bottom of the well?
You want me to go down there? It's dark.
I mean... I'm assuming the others probably need water or something at this point, right?
It does seem like
I assume we have.
you'd think so,
water
but there's not
inside.
really any glittering at the bottom. And maybe it dried up, or it's too deep that the light doesn't touch it. Could be like a gigantic old wellspring, like a cave complex.
I'm just kind of curious at what's at the bottom, so I'm gonna cast Fly and go into the well.
Alrighty. So you're casting what spell exactly?
I'll cast Fly and go down the well. Oh, and I'll also cast, what is it? I think it's like Hocus Pocus. Allows me to create like a flame or something, like a small flickering light.
You just have it in your hands as you slowly descend lower and lower into this, starting off as like a stone brick well. And it's a little longer than you thought. And as you go down, you see that
More than 10 minutes.
you see that there eventually is a bit of a place. The water isn't very much. It's like barely enough to cover your knees. Seems mostly like rainwater that hasn't evaporated yet. But the area around it is this strange sort of stone. It's like it melded together, or it was sculpted so well that it seemed to meld together into what seems like... One second. I'll say that it's... The design of it is almost as if it's supposed to look like twisting muscle. And yet, of course, when you do touch it, it's the coldness of stone. And at the bottom, it seems like the only thing that slightly peeks out from it is... It's not a skull. It's a carving to look like a skull with its jaws open, a couple of teeth missing. This is a very macabre well. Crow sort of looks around.
Well,
as
I
it flies
guess
down in
there's
distance.
that.
Indeed. Told you not to come down here. It's creepy as shit.
I don't know, the skull's kind of neat.
It is. Woo, shiny. As it just sort of flutters down as the fox also drops down to try and grab at whatever this shiny is.
Shiny?
There is the shiny.
I'll
The
pick up
two
the
of them-
shiny.
You pick it up, and the crow's still trying to fly to grab it as the fox is just climbing up your leg. As you find that it is a shiny. It's a shiny coin. seems to be of two different metals, a bit of a more gold look on the outside, but on the inside it's more of a harder iron, although it hasn't rusted.
Does this coin seem familiar at all? Like, do I know what it is? Not like familiar, like.
You can make me an Arcana check if you wish, or a religion check, or a history check.
Okay.
Any of the intelligence ones, why not?
I'll go with Arcana. A 22.
A 22. As you sort of roll it around in your hand and just quietly flick at it, this is indeed something vaguely magical, as it appears to have some sort of soul energy around it. A very old sort of thing. In fact, it's the same kind of stuff that you are, a little bit, although in a completely different form. You're not sure if whatever was in this is sentient.
Huh. Neat.
Neat indeed. And
I'm gonna take the coin. I'm flying out.
You're flying out. You're taking the coin. Whoop. All right. And
There's a skull in there, guys. It's weird.
the crow just sort of says in Sylvan, super weird. But with that, you at least do have enough interest to eventually take a rest here. It seems safe enough, although the vibe is quite strange. And that actually raises a question. Callis, you don't sleep, do you?
I'm not sure if they are currently here.
Are you here?
Didn't say BRB.
Oh, did they? Oh, shit. So, just to check, everything's going pretty good, right? There hasn't been any problems with the stream?
No, I haven't. Nothing different. The voices are still good. I check every once in a while.
Hey, we're doing better this time. Yippee!
Yeah, it helps when your laptop doesn't die during the stream.
It does.
I mean, while we wait for Callis to get back,
You finally have a chance
William might. Oh, okay.
I mean, you do have a chance to
Then-
conversate with the scary night man.
Yeah, I was going to ask Engriff if he's ever seen a coin like this, and show him the coin.
I will take a look at the coin.
I will say that you can make me a history check. You're rolling a lot of history checks, I know. But if
It's fine. Unless I had advantage.
you know that in the base of your mind, whoever you were wasn't in this sort of deal. You were never really a conjurationist. But this is apparently one of the things they use to complete a transaction of sorts.
Oh, let me check something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that ability? It's not. Is it spell sight? You can use your action to awaken your senses to the presence of magic within 30 feet of you, as if casting detect magic. While this sense is active, I can touch an object to gain knowledge as if I had casted identify. This sense requires concentration and lasts for a minute.
Interesting. So you do know that this is a magic item of some sort.
Yes, and I can identify it.
Indeed. It is a soul coin, as it seems to be used to commit transactions, usually done, if it was back in the day, it was by someone who was willing to provide their soul for the greater good, or greater neutral, or greater evil, to help with a transaction between, say, someone and a upper planar or lower planar or more chaotic being. And you do remember that the people of your era, when the gods were at most attuned with man, did use this. Kind of crazy that they found it, though. Perhaps somebody made a wish.
And he'll go,
It is a coin used to offer one's soul to a being of the beyond in exchange for something, whatever it is they seek.
That's kind of neat.
Also very dangerous, but it is acceptable.
Wonder if you can still contact the soul within it.
That I do not know.
Well, until then, we shall protect this soul.
If that is what you wish to do with it, then very well.
And with that, Magnolia will just put it in her pocket, but like a super special pocket.
And with that,
Which,
you
do
don't
not
have
say the joke.
you don't have that pocket, but you do have pockets on your coat and your dress, thankfully.
never mind. Never.
Well, I mean, you don't actually eat, right?
I do not.
And you don't. Do you have a sense of taste?
I think I would.
Okay, then, because I was saying you could probably just keep it like in your mouth under your tongue because it's not actual like.
Although that would make it hard to speak, I think.
Maybe.
Yes.
Or maybe not.
Some-
I don't
mean-
know. They're a doll.
They are
I
adult.
could theoretically swallow it, I guess, right? Like
It would. It would.
If you have those functions, like if you
You-
have a.
You
are
have to
able eat?
cough it up like a sorcerer's stone. But yeah.
I mean, I think I just have like a little, essentially a storage space inside of me.
Yeah.
Just keep it in a normal pocket
Yeah.
for easy sake.
Indeed. But either way, that does eventually lead to nightfall, and thusly it leads to a question I had asked, but unfortunately Callis wasn't there to answer it. Callis,
But I am now.
you are now. Now you don't sleep, do you?
I sure don't.
Is that on behalf of the gift?
I suppose so, yeah.
Indeed. So I will ask, as you're in the middle of this place with very little ingredients and everyone else is asleep, what do you do?
I can't do anything strenuous. I think I watch spiders, because there's always spiders close to you.
Indeed. And I'll say that with that, you do, sort of just focus on the spiders as they sort of crawl around, because there's always a spider. And yet, something does sort of It doesn't catch your eye exactly, as nothing ever really moves here besides the spiders and the breaths of your allies? Question mark. It's more a voice. And it slowly sort of decides to speak and make its move. Sisterin.
Is that supposed to be my name?
It sounds similar to what you've heard. Usually it's brethren and sisterin of your thing, but this seems with a bit of a different vibe to it. Do you react?
I think maybe her, like, eyes narrow and she, like, trails away from the spiders and starts looking more for, like, threats.
I'd say you can make me a perception check if you wish.
Isn't that one?
That one. You're looking around and it's still silent. There's nothing in this. The only thing is the distance of the trees and perhaps the mountains. But the wind is not moving and there's nothing. And the voice speaks, but you're not sure if you hear it or if it's in your head. You still serve, do you not?
Do I recognize the voice at all?
You do not. But judging by what it's saying, does it know?
I think she'll hiss. Serve who?
The deceit mother. She of web. The spider unsquashed.
I think I'm going to...
I'll say that with this
Use-
voice, you do know where it's coming from. It's coming from the well.
I'm gonna go over to the well and I'm gonna use my bag.
Just slowly slip down.
No, I'm going to use the bag of endless spiders.
No, I know. Are you just pouring it down?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pour it down the well.
Just slowly, they begin to slip down, and the well is somewhat empty, as you saw, but as it's in the moonlight, as the spiders crawl down, they start to crawl over something and give it shape. You can barely see it in the dark, especially against the black of the spiders as opposed to the dark of the well. The only thing is the shine. And yet, it seems to at least show a little bit of what it is. It is a creature. Bipedal, crawling up. With what seems to be 4 arms and 4 horns upon its head. 2 going up, 2 going down towards the jaw. Now, is that any way to treat an ally?
Do I recognize such a creature at all?
The best that you can think of with your passive history is that this is of the same kind as those who serve your mistress. So maybe it is an ally, maybe it's not. You haven't seen something like this before. You've seen things like this, but not in this specific type.
Okay. I'll back away from the well a bit. I'll let it, because it's like moving to like the opening of the well, or like it's moving up.
One of the hands covered in spiders clicks its talons around to hold as it slowly rises up. Doesn't go over it, but just sort of rests its hands upon the sides as its head just sort of crests up to look at you.
I guess I'll say, do you bear a message? What brings you here?
I am one who serves but is trapped here. However, I do wish to bring a message and offering. You have your goals to commit. You wish to go back and free your mistress. Upon that, I can abide.
Kind of.
Oh, yes?
And she kind of sits there and is like, okay, come on. Let's get somewhere here.
The Horned King is both your enemy and mine. Your transformation is incomplete. And yet, your potential is unrealized. His eyes, there are no eyes on this creature, especially considering its semi-invisibility, but his head looks over to Magnolia. I can advance your progression, but the coin needs to remain here. Do you understand? You will be the ticket to my freedom, and I the key to your ascendancy.
And I'm not getting like any kind of clearly evil vibes here.
Well,
like,
apart from the normal ones.
can I insight what it will actually do when it is free?
Let me actually look something. You can roll me an insight check, certainly.
Nat 20? I've really been kind of either
Nat
rolling a nat
fucking
1
20,
or like
holy
an 18
shit.
plus.
Okay, let me roll something. I have to look at something to see it. God damn it. Everything is laggy. Ah. Okay. So, that's a decent roll. That's a 15. This thing is speaking in very honeyed words. You can admit that. It also seems that it might have ulterior motives. You can understand that. But it's not relying on giving you help. It has its own ulterior motive, but then again, who doesn't?
Do its ulterior motives seem like they'll conflict with the parties? Or at least mine?
Your goal, it seems to at least agree with you on who you need to stop before before you get to your real goals. Like, it wants to destroy the people who are stopping your faction. But it's not saying what that's for.
Okay, can I see where Magnolia is? Where is Magnolia? She's also awake, right?
I'd say that this is while Magnolia is still asleep, because they need to sleep 4 hours.
I see.
This is not her choice to make. It is yours. Because she does have that coin. You saw it.
Yeah, but didn't she, like, eat it or something?
No, we did not.
She put it in a pocket.
It's in a pocket.
She did not.
She went to eat it, and then someone said it wasn't a good idea, and she was like, fine, whatever.
Fine, I guess.
Alright.
Fine, we don't put random souls in our mouths, I guess.
Especially with you being
Well,
what
I think
you are,
that-
that might have some negative consequences having another soul inside you.
I think that any other player character, Callis would immediately be okay with stealing from them.
But Magnolia,
Specifically
if you're-
Magnolia, she sort of, like,
If you're-
gently shakes awake.
Put the coin in Magnolia's mouth, and then a fortune pops out.
oh no.
You said you shake Magnolia awake?
Yeah, I think she, like, taps on, like, your wooden shoulder.
It's probably the first time you ever touch her. Oh god, she's very wooden.
I'm awake. I'm ready to watch out or whatever.
As by the time that she's looking, you look back and you just see the spiders slowly crawling en masse out of the well. Which to both of you is kind of a creepy sight. Because that's like a pound of spiders, isn't it, Callis?
Yeah, they do disperse into their environment after in like 10 seconds or so.
And with the last...
Do we need to be concerned about that?
Cliff goes, no, I put the spiders there.
Yeah, I put the spiders there.
Yeah, spiders are
okay.
me. She says, so there's a guy in the well and he wants the coin that you, I guess, maybe stole from him like a little bit.
Oh, I stole from him?
I think so.
I'm sorry.
You do hear in the back of your head, Callis, the coin. Keep the coin.
Close thinks, yeah, I'm working on it.
I didn't know I stole it from someone. I'll toss it back in.
Cliff goes, great, excellent, thank.
I mean, it's not gonna use the coin for anything nefarious, right? Like the soul's safe? Like, is it a stolen soul or is it like a rescued thing?
This is the most comedic shit.
I mean,
the ominous.
being in a coin probably isn't fun, so I guess ending up anywhere else is probably good, right? I don't even think Callissa's lying. Like, she's just like, I don't really know the answers to this.
Probably. Hold on, let me ask the coin.
Oh, you can talk to the coin?
Oh, you could talk to the coin. I forgot you could do that.
Yeah, I don't know if the coin will talk back necessarily, but I could try. I'm going to try to communicate with the coin.
What do you try to ask the coin?
Did I steal you from the thing in the well, or did I save you from the thing in the well? Just curious.
It starts to speak. It's like, and then there's a pause, And then it goes, "There's one among you. Hand me to the woman."
Which woman? There are two.
There's a bit of a... There's a bit of a pause and it goes...
You are speaking to
The one with spiders or the bartender?
Spiders, the one with spiders. Thank you. It's just so goddamn...
The coin wants me to hand you it.
Which Callista assumes that this is actually the case and says, "Oh, okay."
I didn't know it was that easy.
Okay, well, I'm going back to sleep. Wait, is it my turn to watch? Am I on watch duty?
Callista says, maybe stay awake for another, 3 minutes, just in case.
Okay. On duty.
And then I guess she'll flip the coin down the well.
This is so fucking stupid. It's like, there's a bit of a pause as you hear in the back of your head, "No, the coin, keep the coin." Ah! It just falls back in the fucking well.
Wait, the guy didn't want me to put the coin back in the well?
No, he wanted you to keep the coin.
What? Then why did I need to take it from Magnolia?
Because I didn't say you need to take it from Magnolia. You just did that.
It sounded like they
But
needed
it
to
really
take the
seemed
coin.
like it was implying that it wanted to get the coin back.
Yeah.
You know what? I have a way to work around this. So, I'll say that as it falls down, it's not like no. It's more. It's quiet as the coin. You're about to just flip it down, and it slightly snags your finger. Bit of a cut, right on your thumb. And as it falls back down into the well, there's a bit of a puff of smoke that sort of rises from it, but otherwise, it's quiet. And you notice that, okay, I'll say that the change in your body, from what you remember, it's changed the color of your blood a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's more like a greenish red, sort of Christmas colors.
Yeah. This time, instead of that, the blood is bright red. Like almost neon colored. And in the back of your head, you hear, "And so we travel on." And with that ominous bit of knowledge and your eventual travel in the morning, that's where we are wrapping up tonight's session.
Okay.
And
I guess I've maybe gained a head ghost.
you may... I will discuss your benefits a little later, but...
Do I get dental?
Hopefully.
I no dental.
They don't even have dental. But nonetheless, join us next time as they travel to the first stop along their journey, the humble town of Bellows Bog, and whatever lies there. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like the stream, I recommend that you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for whatever may come next, whether it be Bloodstone or the eventual return to the ICTU. I'm working on it. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and as a friend of mine would once say,